Everybody, I'm Peter Travers, and welcome to Popcorn, where we tell you what pops everywhere in the pop culture. And there is a show now called Billions, which you will see on Showtime. You have to see it, or my guest today says he will punish you. But you know, I'm saying you don't cross Paul Giamatti.
No.
I try not to.
Yeah.
But I welcome you.
Thank you,
to
sir.
the show, Paul.
It's a pleasure.
Great
Thank
to
you.
see you.
Nice to see
Great
you.
to see you. It's nice how you arranged that poster of Billions so
Perfectly
that
behind
your
my head.
picture is right there.
That's
and
right.
you're blocking Damian Lewis.
I'm blocking
your
out
poster.
Damian Lewis. He has a
Bastard.
huge head. He has a bigger head than me. Looks like he has a bigger head.
That's why I think they put him below to do
yes.
this.
So you can see me perfectly behind me right now?
Yeah, I
Very
do,
good.
yeah.
Good.
But it is like a Paul Giamatti world. There's nowhere you can turn where we don't see
I mean,
you.
our world is Paul Giamatti's
Well,
world.
I don't know. I think maybe a broader world. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. I mean, you're in a show called
Well,
Billions.
now I think about
okay?
it, yeah.
So and you come from money in the show.
Yes.
But you're the U.S. attorney.
Yes.
But why should I explain who you're playing in
That's
Billions?
right.
It should be you.
Thank you.
My
Thank you.
guest.
That's
Paul
right.
Giamatti.
I play the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, which is what Rudy Giuliani was and Spitzer, and currently this guy Preet Bharara, who's a very interesting, powerful guy. And
He
so
is.
it's a really powerful, it's one of the most powerful positions in the Justice Department, arguably more powerful than the Attorney General. So they do a lot of that stuff. And I'm chasing Damian Lewis around, who's a white collar criminal, you know, insider trading, crooked hedge fund guy, billionaire.
I'm only going to bring up a little of it because I don't want to do any spoilers for
Yeah.
people who haven't seen Billions yet, and they need to watch it.
Thank you.
But basically, your character has this interest in being punished. There's a little bit of the masochist
There's an
in him.
alternative lifestyle thing.
Oh, there's a whole thing going that
Yes.
I've heard talk about you in terms of doing that personally.
Yeah.
And I thought this would be an opportunity for me to ask you about
Yeah,
it.
my alternative
Yeah,
lifestyle, that I'm
yes.
coming out of the closet,
Yeah,
so to
come on.
speak.
Well, it's not
as
really. It's
as
just
an S&M
you're
guy.
a powerful man.
Yes.
And maybe you want to be punished.
I don't think I'd want to be punished like that. I feel like my profession punishes me enough.
Really?
So that no, it's actually a very interesting thing because, you know, in theory, you know, it's interesting that the character has that in this show because it's kind of what the whole show is about, like dominance and submission and power and control and all this
It
stuff.
is.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. I think that, you know, the cliche about those things, which I think is true to some extent, is these guys who are so hyper in control need to lose control, need to relinquish control. So it's this whole thing of having decision making and choice making taken away from
You say it so forcefully and so persuasively.
Well,
that
because
it's clear that you really want this.
No, I don't think I do, actually. No, because we had to work with an actual dominatrix who was a consultant on the show.
Really?
I didn't work with her. I just consulted with her. And she kept saying, maybe you should check this out. And I kept thinking, there's not any part of me that has any desire to get hurt like that. I mean, that's a really specific thing. Do you have the desire for that?
No, it happens
Physical
to me.
pain
People
like that?
hurt me anyway.
Right.
You know, so I don't
You're
need
asking
the
for
physical.
it.
I'm asking
You
for
want
it.
it.
I criticize them so they hate me.
That's true, actually.
It's not. You don't become anybody's friend.
But that's interesting. That's a very interesting kind of masochistic thing.
I
isn't
think
it
it is a strange.
Well,
thing.
it's sadomasochism. Because you're the arbiter. You can say you suck to these
can.
people. Yeah, but they don't like you.
They don't
back.
like it, which is why many times when you're on the show, I do try to either pull your beard or to strike you.
Right.
You know, but you've done it back to me.
I
in
did
those
do it
times.
back to you.
I don't know what will happen. I'm not feeling hostile towards you at all.
Good.
You seem honest. You know, I'm seeing your weaknesses
Okay.
being brought to the fore.
Okay.
People see through your lies.
That's enough.
You know, yeah, it is. It's totally enough.
That's enough.
Yeah,
You don't need to do more
It
than
is.
that.
But just to talk about resentments, though, here, Damian Lewis has been on the show, and he's your co-star, and he's playing an American again. He's a Brit playing an American.
Uh-huh.
This is happening all the time.
It is.
You know?
What's your
Does
explanation?
it irritate you?
No, it doesn't irritate me. It's just interesting. Why? Well, yes, it does irritate me a little bit.
Well, does he, when he
No,
when
he
you
doesn't
finished
irritate
it, when
me.
he finishes a take, does he then go back and say, "Hello"?
No,
Paul"?
actually, surprisingly, he doesn't do that. No, he doesn't do that. He actually stayed with the accent all the time when he was shooting because I think he found it was a very specific kind of Long Island working class guy accent, which I think he was not super accustomed to. So he did actually stay in it all the time. So I actually sort of forgot that he had an English accent. So when he would do the hello thing, which would come out after work and stuff like that, it was always very surprising.
You go out for a beer or something.
Occasionally we go out for a beer. Occasionally we go out for a warm beer, yes.
Well, you don't, the two of you don't have that many scenes together in the 6 episodes I've seen.
That's right.
You do, and there's tremendous resentment. You can see it in there.
Yes.
So do you not talk to him on set ever? So that
Well,
you
I don't see him that much.
You don't see him, so
no,
it's
we
easy.
only probably have a handful of scenes in the whole season. It's like Heat. Remember Heat?
I do remember.
Remember the movie Heat?
Pacino and De
That's
Niro.
right. Everybody's waiting for the squaring off, which only happens like 4 times.
This is, for you, and I've got to say, you a terrific actor, do supporting roles, and you don't really, you say, that's good, I like to do that.
I'm fine with it.
It's good with it.
Sure.
You're a character guy.
Sure.
But this is you front and center again.
Yeah.
Like you are in movies that I love, like Sideways or American Splendor, where you're Harvey Picard. These are...
The TV thing feels even more like
It
that.
does. It feels like
it doesn't
boom.
stop.
Does that put extra pressure on you when you basically are carrying the weight of everything?
Well, it's divided between me and him, so this one
Yeah.
actually feels a little bit less like that because it's both of us. And it's like, but sure it does. Yeah, you got to be kind of a team leader guy, which is actually a thing that comes along with it. That's been the hardest thing for me to get used to, is being the team captain guy. I'm a little bit, I don't really want to be the team captain guy. But actually, I'm finding it's a pleasant thing to be the team captain guy.
I think it would be. I mean, Ice Cube was just here talking about it. And again, another Paul Giamatti performance this year in Straight Outta Compton.
Correct.
So effective are
Thank
you
you
as the manager, Jerry Heller, that Jerry Heller is suing
Yeah.
because of your performance as him. Not
Yeah.
really your performance, but how he was written.
Yeah. I think he comes off okay in it.
Well, so did Ice Cube.
Yeah.
He
I
said,
mean,
you know,
what
he
did you
he
think?
did
I didn't
that.
think
Well,
he
I don't
came
know
off.
the man personally, and I
Neither
know what
do
I see
I
on
don't
the
know him
screen.
either.
You
But I
didn't
mean,
meet him.
as a character, I didn't think that character. If you just watch it purely in a vacuum, that's the character. He didn't seem that bad to me. Did he to you?
He saw it as what he needed to do, even though he drove Ice Cube away from NWA to do it. But Cube did say this, very complimentary to you, because you were in the movie, people took it seriously.
Well, I mean,
I think they did. They said, look, he's in this.
well, that's nice.
We
of him
can't
to
all
say.
be clowns. This is somebody who's serious about his work.
Well, that's a nice thing of him to say. I don't think they needed me to give them gravitas. Those guys, you know, Ice Cube has a lot of gravitas. You know what I mean? It's
he said at the end when we sing, he said, I should get you to sing Straight Outta Compton, but I'll wait till that period comes.
Yeah,
not going to happen, really.
Okay, I don't
He said
think
you
that's
often duetted together on the set. But okay,
Wouldn't that have been amazing?
I believe you. It would have been amazing.
Amazing.
Also, very recently, you're in another really terrific movie called Love and Mercy, where you are somebody I hated.
Yeah.
Dr. Gene Landy,
Yeah.
who's horrible to Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Arguable
Are
again.
you gonna? It's not arguable.
No, I mean it's not.
He's
in the
horrible.
movie,
and
he's
what
clearly
you did to
horrible.
Elizabeth Banks?
Well, it's Elizabeth Banks. It's terrible to see anybody mistreat
Oh
Elizabeth
God,
Banks.
we hated you.
I know. Well, you're supposed to hate me in that movie.
Oh, I hated you for asking for that Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, no, he was not a good influence. But it's arguable. Even Brian Wilson says.
You see, when you were John Adams,
Yeah.
I felt for you.
Yeah. Well,
You
that's
know?
good. Well, you
know.
should for
I should.
him.
I did. He
Well,
was.
for him, you should.
Yeah.
And for this guy too. You know, it's like I do think something with like this guy or John Adams that makes sense is these guys who are kind of they're right, but they're just going about it in a way that's not pleasant. They're abrasive, but they don't know how to present what's right to the world in a way that's palatable.
But is
You know what I
this, is Paul, is this you? Because, you know, occasionally I do run into you on the street or something, and you say, like, not now, Peter.
Yeah.
You know, I ask you, you know, what are you doing?
That's a total lie.
No, it's basically.
That's a total lie. I blow you off.
Yeah, I'm busy now.
You completely made that up.
I can take it.
Okay.
You know, it's
Okay.
It's okay.
You're asking me if I'm this
yeah,
horrible
who
person?
are you that people say, I want Giamatti for this part?
Well, that's a really
I
complicated
told you before
question
we
for
went
an
on that
actor.
I wanted you to be El Chapo when that story was.
Yes, and I said I would love to play El Chapo,
Mm-hmm.
and I bet it maybe would go through somebody's head. I bet I wouldn't play El Chapo,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not an unlikely thing for me to play. you're right, it fits in with a lot of things. And particularly the way he was just presenting himself as, look, I'm just a simple man, and I'm a good man, and I'm a family man, and I've built a business over the years, and I'm very proud. I'm a very proud business owner. I mean, you know, there's a lot of that going on. I don't know. I don't think those people are, I mean, obviously they're me. I'm playing the part. So obviously I'm making the choices of how this person's going to be a horrible person. So it's got something to do with me.
In the beginning, when you exploded as Pig Vomit in the Howard Stern movie, that's when it changed. People loved you so much, including Howard, that they would see you on the street and they would say, Pig Vomit.
I would get a lot of that. But any
Has
actor
that gone
gets
away?
that. To a certain extent, still people
I'm
like.
happy for you.
No, I don't mind. It's a great part, though. You know, it's great. No, still people I get doing the Pig Vomit thing. I get people doing all different kinds of things, but everybody.
What's the one thing that more than any other one they look at you and they say, liked you in that? You're the guy from
the kids movie that I did, Big Fat Liar.
Big Fat Liar.
Where I got dyed blue. Because I think generations of people have now seen that movie. Now the people who are old enough to show it to their kids. So it's like,
But the Academy
so
skipped you that year.
Strangely enough, the Academy skipped over me that year. I think I received a Razzie.
Did you? Do you actually have one?
No, I didn't get a Razzie. Is there an actual thing?
There is a Razzie.
There's an actual...
It's a raspberry. It's a golden raspberry.
And have you ever been to the Razzies?
I went once.
Did you?
It's very, very nice. It's like in somebody's little basement. And Sandra Bullock actually showed up to get her.
Really?
Yes.
They give them out.
They give them out, but very few
Nobody
people
shows
go
up.
to accept them, except she did it.
That's very funny.
But I can't believe you actually would ever.
Oh, I think I did get nominated for a Razzie. Yes. Very proud.
But it wasn't for Big Fat Liar.
I think I did. Somebody
Maybe it
told
was
me.
for that one?
Do you think it was for something else? What do you think it
no,
was for?
I'm not. What are you assuming
What
that
do you
I'm
think it was for?
doing?
No, I'm interested to know.
Would you really?
I'm gonna have to strangle you in a minute. Now I'm starting
We'll
to
go to.
Now I'm
those
remembering.
movies.
Now it's
No,
coming up.
Paul.
The rage.
You have never. I can see it. I can see it's building. And if I said one, you would say,
Yeah.
"I was great
I was
in that
awesome
movie."
in that. What are you
I was.
talking about?
What are you talking about? So no, I'm not going there.
Okay,
There's
good.
enough written evidence if I've ever said that.
It's true.
That
You're right.
it could be found.
You could back it up. That's true.
Yeah, but you know, the show always goes out in song.
Oh.
Well, it always does. You
Yes.
always have something. There's
think
always
I
a
do.
song in your heart.
There is always
It
a
may
song
not
in
be
my
straight
heart.
out of Compton, but
No,
it's
I
there.
can't. I don't know the words to Straight Outta Compton. Not enough.
Wouldn't
of
matter.
them.
You could just move your lips, and then they would blip it all out because we wouldn't be hearing it.
It's funny because the first song that comes to mind if somebody says sing a song is "Love for Sale." Advertising yummy love for sale. That's it though. That's
Cole
all I
Porter.
know. Is that Cole Porter?
It's Cole
Is that the
Porter.
right words too? Advertising yummy love
No,
for
not
sale?
appetizing young love for sale. But Cole Porter's dead, Paul.
I like
so that you
advertising
don't-
yummy love for sale.
He
Where did I
can't
get
sue
that
us.
from?
It's just
Advertising
saying
yummy
young
love for sale.
You're thinking somewhere else.
Advertising.
You're going somewhere.
Advertising yummy love is
It
good,
makes me
though.
want to leap up
Oh,
and
don't
strangle
even.
you.
God,
Okay,
man.
jeez,
What
I
the
can't
hell?
help it. I had to do it.
Man,
I'm sorry.
I almost
apologize.
kicked you. I almost kicked you.
Did you almost kick
I almost
me?
kicked
Was it
you.
like a thing
Yeah,
like
that
this?
would have been horrible
A
if I'd
crotch
blown
kick?
your knee out.
Jeez, it's always a pleasure to have
It
you
really
here.
is.
It is,
Thanks.
and scary, always scary, but I totally enjoy it.
Likewise. Thanks, man.